Hello and welcome to Product Review. Today we're going to look at a gimbal. Yet another gimbal. I know, sorry about that, but we have this gimbal, which is a Lanparte LA3D2. It's a versatile gimbal, which is a cross between a rider and a normal gimbal with a handle. The handle actually comes off, and this is partly the reason why I've actually got it from my scooter. I didn't get on with the rider. I sent the rider back because it was too much hassle with the remote control, and of course the batteries. I had a problem with them; they weren't lasting very long, and of course I need it to last quite a while because the scooter, you can't really change the batteries very often. And because the rider wasn't able to take the charge from a power bank, it was not able to be charged on the go. So I've decided to get this Lanparte device, which has a set of batteries, and it can be controlled from the hand controller via a cable. But I've also bought a Wi-Fi device for it, which is an add-on. I'll show you that in another video, but for now you can either run it by Bluetooth in a Wi-Fi sort of situation, or you can run it by cable control. The cable is about 5 foot long, but you'll see that in a moment because that was one of my issues, was not having a controller for the actual gimbal itself and having to have a remote control, which really wasn't suitable for the job. So let's have a look at the box and open it up and see what's inside. Here we have the very large box. I mean, it's it's a good 12 inches by 15 inches. Sort of a very strong cardboard box. Now, I already knew this, but this is actually quite good because it does have a very nice travel case with the Lanparte logo. Now, the Lanparte is a gimbal system that's been out a few years. Should be version 2, so there was a version 1 about 2 years ago, I believe, and a lot of people did reviews on it, and it was a cross between a mobile gimbal and a handheld gimbal. So the mobile one we're talking about is when we can put it onto a helmet or onto a scooter, for example. So on my scooter. So this is what they call a detachable wired control gimbal. And this is version 2, D2. So there's, and also the good thing is that you can get an adapter, so you can use it with your cell phone, your camera. So obviously this is designed for the Gopro, which I'll be using. It all fits very nicely. It's a very hard rubber inside, so this is actually quite protective. There is a strap, which I presume is for the carry case. There is the wired cable, so it's 5 foot long roughly, and you put one end on the controller, one end on the actual gimbal device itself. And on this end, there is the usual quarter 20 thread. The actual controller handle, and you can tell this is a new design because it has a proper joystick. The other one had buttons in 4 direction buttons, but this one has a joystick control. And on the side you've got the micro USB cable. In the bottom you've got the quarter 20 thread again, and the bottom bit unscrews for the battery to be inserted. It has 2 batteries. These are the small ones, these small, can't remember what number they are, but they are standard batteries that also were in the Rider M as well, so they were in there as well, same batteries. Now, beauty of this is, I say the batteries, because there is actually an extension bar here that will allow you to use the Xeon batteries, the whatever number they are, can't remember what number they are, but it will come up on the screen. And what you can do is you can screw this this extension into the bottom of this, and it will allow you to put in 2 of the other batteries and use a longer time for controlling the gimbal, so it gives you 8 hours length of time. And this is where you connect the cable, or you can put the Wi-Fi device on there to control the actual gimbal itself. There is a battery charger, so we'll need to do that. We need to charge up. There is, in this pouch here, there is a Allen key, 2 longer screws, and the usual GoPro charging cable, because you can charge the GoPro on the go from the batteries, which I think is a wonderful thing. And if you have a GoPro with a backpack or something like that, then, and also these Allen keys are for changing the actual gimbal carriage. So you can put your, if you buy it, you can put your cell phone carriage holder onto it. And of course, last but not least, we have the USB cable there. So all in all, pretty good. And of course we come to the gimbal itself, which is here. And it is just that, it is just a small small gimbal, in the same way that you would have any other gimbal, 3-axis, with the power output for the GoPro, powering the GoPro. Now you can obviously see that there is a standard GoPro mount on there. You put this on the cable, so this goes on here, and of course that will give you the quarter 20 thread, or you can use the GoPro mount. It's branded, obviously, Lanparte. It's got a bit of a green thing going on with the flashing around the motors, but three axis, and of course it's wired, so it can be wired. It can also be on Bluetooth unwired, so like Wi-Fi, which is really good. And that is how I'm going to be using it eventually on the scooter. Right, I'm going to put it all together, charge up batteries, and I will come back to you in a moment when I've got it all working, and we'll have a look at that. But it is very much like any other gimbal. It works the same way, has the same functions. This one seems to be easier to do. It's got three modes. You press the button and you get a different mode, and default mode for me is pan and tilt mode, which is brilliant because that will save me a lot of hassle. I won't have to worry about putting it into another mode when I first turn it on, as I did with the rider. The rider was in the wrong mode from default. I couldn't see a way of actually changing that. I went into the software and there was nothing really there. I have yet to find the software for this particular gimbal, and I'm pretty worried at the moment whether up on the joystick, whether up is up and down is down, or whether it is the other way around, as is quite common with these gimbals. They go the wrong way around, so when you want to go it up, you have to actually bring it down, which is very, very annoying because you have to try and remember, am I moving the camera up, therefore I need to move the joystick down. It's not intuitive, and I would argue with anybody that it's not intuitive. So I like to have it round the other way, so that up is up and down is down. But you need to look at the firmware, and I have yet to look at that and find out if it's possible to do that, or even whether it's done by default. I don't know. Okay, so what I've done is I've put it onto a little tripod, and I've put the battery extender. I've screwed that in, and I've put two of these, the Xeon batteries. These are the Xeon 18650 3.7 volts. So I've got loads of those from my Xeon. Now I press the power on button and we've got a green flashing light, and you can see it's actually charging the GoPro as well. Now I'm just having to look into the manual to see what to do. And the smaller ones, the smaller batteries, 18350. Obviously the larger one is 18650. So there's two batteries, two small ones or two large ones. The two small ones are said to be able to power it for about 3 to 4 hours, whereas the larger ones are 6 to 7 to 8, maximum 8, but I'm not too sure about that because I had it on the Z1 and I was getting 6 or 7 hours. Right, so it says we need to turn on the gimbal. So hold the power button for 2 seconds. Right, power button, 1, 2, and it says it's green flashing. Now it's standby mode. So operation mode, we need to hold the mode button, which is the other. There's only 2 buttons on there, so you need to hold that for 4 seconds. 3, 4, and then the gimbal comes to life. It will stabilize sports camera into mode 1, which is follow mode. This is basically using the joystick. We're now going to find out if it does up and down the correct way. So I'm pushing it up and nothing's happening. That's tilt. I don't want tilt. I don't want tilt. Oh, well, by the way, this is quite interesting because somewhere here, I'm not sure. Oh, let's try it without. Let's try it without the joystick. So this is follow mode. So it should go down when you go down, up when you go up, left and right. So it's in follow mode. Oops. And it's just died. Wonder why that is. Maybe the batteries are flat. One, 3, 4. See, the battery light's flashing 4 times, so it shouldn't be. There should be a full charge on these. The number of times it flashes tells you how much battery power there is, and when it's about to die, it will flash rapidly. So I'm not sure why that died then. So mode 1. Now there's another one, which mode 2, and there's mode 3. So we have double tap the mode button, and you can see the LED goes red. So it's a good indicator to tell you which mode you're in. So we had green mode and red mode. So this should be push the joystick left and right and up and down. So up, and it goes up. Hooray! Oh good, that's I'm happy with that. Left and right. Oh, it's tilting again. I don't want it to tilt. Up and down. Oh, I don't want it to tilt. I want it to turn. How do you? So the third button. So you press it 3 times. It should go blue, correct. So it's quite good because no other gimbal does that. So you don't know which mode you're in. So that's blue. Now, so it says here, push the joystick left and right. Okay, and up and down. So really I need to be in mode 3 then, don't I, every time, which is a pain. Because I think if it's not default. So that's, yeah. Okay. So that's quite good. So triple tap, blue, power button, yeah. Now there is some more that you can do to do with the power button. So you can press the power button. I read it, I don't know where it is in here. Right, okay, so power button, 3 seconds, enter standby mode. Okay, so parameter. Oh, I see, so this is all about calibrating it. So it comes as default for GoPro, a standard setup. I've read it somewhere. Where's the? Oh, here we are. So you have a portrait mode. So if you had a cell phone, you could put it into portrait mode, which obviously is vertical. So you press the power switch twice. It goes into that, but it's not very good because it's not designed to do that. So we'll put it back into normal mode. And then it says here, gimbal head turn 180. So tap the power button once. Ah, that's useful. It's still in mode 3, so that's good. Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's brilliant. Mode 1, power button once, and it returns back round, albeit quite slow. Wow, that is brilliant. Now, okay, so fantastic. So we need to be in mode 3. So if we turn this off, and it goes down nice and slow. Oh, I like that. That was really good, because normally they just drop like a stone. It's obviously not. It's not balanced sufficiently well, because that should really. You should be able to hold that there, but hardly any of these gimbals do that. They hardly ever. Now there is a big gap between the camera and there, which I can't get rid of apparently. So well, there's about 5mm I might be able to get rid of. You have to play with that and see if I can get rid of it. So we're using the GoPro Black, that's Hero 4. I'm pretty impressed with all of that. And of course I can reuse my batteries, which is good. Although I can't use my batteries when I'm using the Wi-Fi device, because this part is actually obsolete. Because I can control the gimbal from the other device, which I will show you. I will show you in another video. Right, well, I'm actually quite impressed with that. It's pretty good. Having disappointed that it didn't default to mode 1 wasn't the one that I wanted. I actually need it to be in mode 3, which means I got to faff around with it when I power it up. I got to put it into mode 3, which is a pain. However, there may be something in the firmware that I can change. I don't know yet. But the good news is up and down is down. Right, let me go and put it on the scooter and come back to you very soon with some more. And then we'll see how we go.